Hello again. Welcome back for the second part of my first attempt at making kombucha. As you can probably tell, I shaved my head. That was another fun quarantine activity. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put it right here. Sure. If you watched the first half of me trying to make kombucha where I was growing a SCOBY, you know that I let it go really long. And so I've started over the first fermentation, which I have here, and he's still growing beautifully. It's just not going to be as vinegary as what he had originally been growing in. So I did more tea and sugar and water, and then with some of the original kombucha and my SCOBY. So this is all ready to begin the second fermentation, which is where I get to flavor it and it gets carbonated and all of that. And I've decided I'm going to go with a blackberry ginger flavor. I would have loved to use fresh blackberries, but it's too early in the summer for that, so maybe I'll do that later when all the blackberries are ready to harvest here. I'm going to prep my bottles first, I think, before I do anything with this guy. I'm gonna peel this ginger. I feel like a chair would be nice, but I don't have a chair right here. Okay, so I'm going to cut the ginger just into little slices, I guess. I don't know how many bottles this will fill. I'm guessing 3 or 4 maybe. I have 6 of them here, but we'll see. Alrighty. I think I'll prep 3 bottles. So I'm gonna put a couple pieces of sliced ginger in each of these. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so fun. Okay. I've got a couple pieces left in case I have enough to make a 4th bottle. And then I'm going to cut some blackberries, probably just in half, so they can kind of start letting that juice out and maybe make it easier for them to be fermented. I really don't know. How many blackberries should I put in one bottle? Maybe 5? That seems like a good number. I'm just so excited to see how this turns out. I really want it to be delicious. But I also know that it's a first attempt and my expectations shouldn't be too high. I guess sometimes it also takes a couple tries for the SCOBY to just kind of get used to doing its job, and that can affect the taste as well. I don't know. I'm using a new mic that my mom got, so I really hope it's picking up sound okay, because I didn't test it out or anything, so I'm just hoping that I have it connected right. Otherwise, I guess this will all be voiceover, so we'll see. Alright, so these are ready. I'm gonna set them over to the side. And then, okay, my hands are covered in blackberry now. Maybe I didn't do this in the right order. I'm gonna rinse off my hands. Okay, I've washed my hands now, so I can grab my SCOBY without contaminating it. Just gonna pick him up. Now you can kind of see him. I know this is still super far away, but it's like a big flat thing. I'm putting him in here with some of his brew, and that I'll save with him to start the next batch with. And then this can be what I use for my kombucha. I feel like I should stir this. My original SCOBY is actually here on the bottom from the smaller jar that I originally had him in. I think I'll set him aside to save as well. And then I'll stir all this up, and all these little pieces of bacteria will go into the second fermentation. And I have a handy funnel here, because otherwise there's no way I would be able to pour this in here. I really hope that stays. Let's see how this goes. It's going through really slowly. People who really do this, I think usually have a big container for their kombucha with a little spigot at the bottom, a little spout, which would make it easier for, oh boy, I did too much. It's gonna overflow. Oh no, what do I do? I filled it very full, but you also want it pretty full because the less oxygen is in there at the top of the bottle, the more carbon dioxide can form, and that's what carbonates it. So I'm not that mad about overfilling it a little bit. Okay, well that's so exciting. So I'm gonna close this guy up, and that's all sealed. There's one. On to the second. Now I know to be more careful about how much I pour in here. There we go. It was pouring so slowly because of the seal. The ginger is floating to the top of the bottle each time. Let's cork that up. There's 2. And I have enough in here that I think I could do another bottle. All right, so we've got 4 bottles now in their second fermentation. You have to like burp them every day so that the carbonation doesn't build up too much. So like every morning I'll probably like break the seal. You can already almost see a little bit of carbonation just as it starts to eat that sugar from the fruit. I'm really excited, and I'll check back in like as I'm burping them, and then when I get to taste it in, I don't even know how long, maybe a week? We'll see how it goes. All right, so it's been 5 days, I think, since I bottled these up. Here's like one of them. You can see all the stuff floating at the top. There is more room at the top than there was when I originally bottled it, as you can tell. And that is because I've been like opening them every day to like break the seal so they don't get too pressurized. And the first couple times that I did that, I like let it like bubble over and like overflow until it kind of stopped. And I think I lost a lot of kombucha by letting it do that, so I've stopped doing that, and now when I open them, I just kind of like open them for a second and then close them back up. I don't know what technically is the right way to do it. We're just kind of experimenting here. But yeah, I thought I'd show you guys what I've been doing. They tend to explode a little bit when I open them up, so I try to like stick them down in the sink just to avoid making a mess. And then I sort of just pop this open and try to like keep my hand in between me and the bottle. And as you can see, it kind of fizzes over like that, and then I've been stopping it before it can continue to fizz. There's a lot of carbonation in there, as you can tell. All of the ginger and blackberries have kind of floated to the top of all of them. Like seeing like this one as well. It's all up here. But yeah, just been kind of doing that every day. But yeah, they're doing really well. I don't know how long I'm gonna leave them before I like open one up and see how it tastes. Maybe I'll do that in a couple days, like once it's been a week. Just with one of them, and see if I think it needs more time, and then I can let the rest of them ferment for longer. But it seems like it's working at least. I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. Alright, so this is the final product. It's been in the fridge, so the bottle's all foggy, but I ended up leaving it for the second fermentation for about 2 weeks, and then I put them in the fridge, and they're actually pretty tasty. So I think it'll be fun if I make more batches to try to do other flavors and stuff, and kind of see what the difference is there, because doing just one batch, it's hard to tell exactly like how much I'm really tasting of like the blackberry and ginger, and how much is just like kombucha taste. But it'll be fun to experiment a little more if I decide to do that. But yeah, it's good. It's carbonated. It tastes like kombucha that I've had from like the store before, so that's cool. I'm excited that it worked out. It took me a really long time to get around to just filming this last little piece of the video. You can tell because my hair is growing. This has already been in the fridge for 2 weeks. But yeah, things have been busy. I started working, and yeah, but this is good. I would recommend trying to make kombucha if any of you want to, because it's been a fun little project, and I might keep trying to do it for some more batches. Let me know if you guys have also tried making your own kombucha and how it's turned out for you, and if you have any suggestions for cool new flavor combinations for me to try on my next batch, I would love to hear that as well. I also want to thank you guys so much. My video of me shaving my head got so much attention, like way more than I ever would have expected. It got so many views, and I have like 100 new subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate the support. I hope that your summer is going all right and that you guys are staying safe and healthy. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me, assuming that I make more anytime soon. Bye.